Rita Pierson claims that every kid needs a champion. Going into this stream, I see teaching as my vocation, but I also understand that there are those that go into it for the wrong reasons. Having attended school for almost 20 years of my 23-year-old life, I can attest that bad teachers are real and have a great impact on us as students. And as Rita Pierson said, some kids can be cruel, but we have to realize that some adults are too, and that's why we have good teachers and bad teachers that we'll never forget. Mr. Cicchini was the bad teacher in my life. He taught me grade 11 functions and grade 12 calculus and vectors. Though being a math teacher doesn't give him many options, it still didn't give him the excuse to treat us unfairly. There was a wide understanding throughout the school that if you had a grade below 80, he wasn't talking to you. And I personally experienced this. I went from having a 90 in his class and a terrible unit test dropped me to a 78, and I swear he couldn't look at me. Though when he did speak to you, it was an awkward exchange of small talk, at least there wasn't this underlying tone of sarcasm and disgust, almost like he was annoyed to be around someone so dumb, and that's how he made me feel. He was very unaccommodating, he refused to move tests, and refused to help people. And when I returned as a student volunteer at the exact same school, I still found out that he was teaching with the same arrogance and distaste for his students. So much so that some of his kids came up to me crying because they were stressed out about a math test. When the whole situation panned out, I learned a new term, professional bullying. He intimidated his students so much so that they were too scared and afraid to talk to him about it. Mr. Cicchini taught me that I should never look down on my students and always reinforce the notion that equality throughout the school is one of the most important values carried throughout this education system. And on the other side of the spectrum, I find my champion teacher, Lisa Fiorelli. She wasn't everyone's favorite teacher because she ruled with an iron fist, but being a drama teacher, she was very outspoken. But my favorite part about her was that she had the knack for pulling the potential out of anyone that couldn't see their own worth. And one of those kids was me. Through rehearsals, through practices, pain, crying, anger, screaming, the one thing that she always made sure was that we were going to be proud of what we're putting on because she believed in us and we had to believe in ourselves to put that final product together. To this day, she continues to believe in me as she was my mentor for the past 3 years as her student volunteer. She equipped me with all the essentials like lesson planning, classroom management, planning overnight trips, and running around with extracurricular activities. She taught me to never give up on my kids and to bridge the gap between my students and I to show each of them that they all had something important to offer. And as Rita Pierson claimed, we rarely discuss the value and importance of human connection. But Lisa Fiorelli taught me that that's all it takes to reach out to these students. To this day, I can honestly say that her belief is one of the reasons why I continue my path to being a teacher.